Hi, today we have a Nintendo Switch that, according to the owner, does not power on. Um, I had a quick look and it doesn't power on, obviously. Also, I had a quick look at the USB-C port. You won't be able to see that, but we'll go under the microscope and see. It looks like there is a tiny crack in here, and this may be like that. Yeah, I don't think it will focus. This port here doesn't look great. The pins seem to be okay, but yeah, it doesn't look great. So let me just, hopefully you can see the meter here. So let's see what it does if we connect power. So 15 volts, 0.1415 amp. Let's see if it does anything. Nothing. Let me try and power it on. So if I press power button, does nothing. Let's try the other side. Same thing again, 15 volts, 0.15 amp. So yeah, that's not good. I'll take it apart and let's take it under the microscope and see. We'll look at the USB-C port first. Okay, so here's the port under the microscope, and this is the kind of crack that I was talking about. This part is actually moving, this plastic, as you can see. So there was some force applied to this port. And if we look inside the port, I mean, the pins seem to be fine, but if you look closer, this is deformed. Like this plastic here, this is out of shape. This is not what it should look like. So this port is definitely damaged. So we'll go ahead and replace this USB-C port, and we'll look around the motherboard to see if there's any other damage or obvious issues. One thing that I noticed is, let me bring this in focus. There is on this screw here, there is some sort of oxidation or whatever it is. So it may as well be that this has seen some water damage. But yeah, I'll take it apart and we'll see. So I disassembled the whole device, and this is the board. So again, this will need replacing. I've had a quick look and I don't see any water damage, fortunately, on this one. But let's go ahead and check. Let's do the basics. So let's check M92 first. So black probe on ground. Hopefully you can hear the beep. So black probe on ground. Let's check this one first. This cap here. This is CPU cap. Seems to be fine. Perfect. These are okay. These are okay. Oh, this one is... no, this is not shorted. This one's shorted. Okay, so this one is suggesting that we may have a problem right here on the other side on P13 USB. So let's check this guy here. So again, black probe on ground or USB port. And yes, we do have a short. And we have a short on everything. So this needs replacing, that's for sure. One more thing that I will check is these filters. So, and I'm talking these things here. So they should be, you should hear a beep. Okay, so this one's faulty. Oh, this one's definitely faulty. So there should be continuity between these pins here, but not across. So no connectivity here. So this one's faulty. Moreover, there's a short there. That short may actually be coming from P13 USB, but I'll remove that and see. But anyway, this should be, there should be continuity here. So this one's definitely faulty. Let's check this one. This one's okay. This one's okay. Good. This one's good as well. So this one's faulty. This needs replacing, and USB-C needs replacing. Let's have a quick look at, where am I? At this chip, BQ. So again, black probe on ground. This one seems to be okay. Yeah. And let's check for continuity right here. Good. And last thing is the fuse. That fuse is probably okay because there was 12 or 15 volts on the, yeah, it's good, when I was charging. So I'll go ahead and remove this port and replace, where is P13 USB? There it is. So this chip here, pin 1 is right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's start with USB. I'll just heat it up and it should fall off. No force needed. And then I'll focus on P13. I've added flux, obviously. So let's start heating this thing up. Solder is started to melt, so it should fall off soon. If not, I'll help. Yeah, there you go. That's gone. So while the board is hot, let's focus on P13 USB, which is right here. Let me just adjust just like that, and we'll remove that guy as well. So the board is still hot. So we should be able to remove this guy fairly quickly and easily. Just like that. And while we're at it, I'll just put the new chip here. So pin 1 right here, as you can see. So let's heat this thing up again. Okay, now I'll wait a few seconds, then push the chip gently, push it down gently. And it has moved. That's not good. Let's give it a chance to move back to the position, to the right position, and we'll repeat. So again, the solder solidified, as you can see. I'll just push it down, and we're done. That's all. So this is done. Obviously we need to remove that solder blob and go over the chip gently, so I'll do it right now. Just give me 1 sec. So I'll add some fresh flux. Just like that. And then we'll just go over this like that. Probably more flux is needed. Just like that, and I'll go over these pins here as well, just to make sure we're all good. Like that. This will be tricky, but let's try and do that. There, we should be good. So let's clean the whole thing off. Okay, that should be good. Now let's go ahead and check. There's some still flux residue. I'll clean that off later, but let's check for shorts now. So ground, and let's start with this. This one's good now, so ground. Let's check this. Good, 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 good. So these are all good. This is ground, obviously. So this is okay. I'll go ahead. I'll go over the pins in a minute. Let's just check this guy here. So yeah, so that short across was caused by P13 USB. It's gone by now, right now. But as you can see, we don't have continuity here. So this is faulty. This one's faulty. This one needs to be removed as well. But let me go over the pins. I'll check the pins here. Let me. This looks perfectly fine. Where are we? Right there. This looks fine as well. I'll need to remove that board from my holder because it makes things a lot harder. If I can only focus, this looks okay. What about this side? Looks okay. So P13 USB is done. Now let's focus on the actual USB port. So I'll flip the board. Okay, so this is the USB port. So we'll add some leaded solder, but flux first, obviously. Just like that. Oops, fume extractor. Just like that. And we'll go over these pins here as well. My flux isn't great, unfortunately. As you can see, it burns very quickly. It's black. I need to change it, but anyway, that's another story. So let's clean the whole thing again. And now we'll need to remove that solder. So again, fresh flux always helps. Like that. And let's try and remove the solder from these huge holes. That's done. This probably needs some more work. Let's do this one. Yep, this needs more work as well, so we'll add some fresh solder there and we'll try to remove that. Okay, let's add some fresh solder. Yeah, this flux is really, really bad. Let me see. So this one's clear, this one's not. Oh, this is actually, that one is almost there, so we'll remove that from the other side. Yeah, so I'll flip the board and remove the remaining solder from the other side. I'll just clean this off because I need to change that flux. Looks really, really bad. Okay, so the board is clean, so I'll add some fresh solder, leaded solder to these pins here. It's good. Let's clean the thing off again. It's perfect. I'll just remove this lint stuff. Just like that. So what we'll do now, we'll just heat up the board and solder the new USB port. This one right here. So the usual stuff, fresh flux, and let's go ahead and do that. So the solder is melting right now, as you can see. So we'll just drop in the port there. Just position it nicely. That's probably too far. Just like that, and I'll press and hold. And we should be good. So I'll just clean the whole thing off, and we'll need to secure obviously the port, and we should be good. So let's quickly go ahead and secure the port. I'll just fill this with solder while the board is still hot. That should do it. Just like that. Like that, and last one here. And we should be good. Let's check the other side. Yeah, so the solder, as you can see, went through the hole perfectly fine. So cleanup time, and we're good. So the last thing that we need to change is the that filter. I'm not sure if I have those, but we'll pull one from another board if I don't have those. So unfortunately, I didn't have one in stock, but I took one working one from another board. So this is the one that we need to take off. So let's do that. So Let me just bring it in focus. So what I'll do, I'll add some fresh flux to this guy here, and we'll take it off. There, and we'll put the new one. I'll just lower the airspeed. And let's put the new one on. Just like that. Should go in place. And it's done. So, again, I'll clean the board and we'll test it. Okay, but before I'll put the board back on, let's just check for continuity here. Okay, so everything is fine in place, so hopefully this board will work. I'll put the device back on and we'll test it. Okay, so I put the device back on, well, the minimum, absolute minimum that is required. Let me just plug in the battery now. Is it on? It is, yeah. So let me just connect my charging cable there. And hopefully we'll get something. There you go. As you can see, we have the battery, and I probably can't see this, but there you go. Boot it up, works perfectly fine. So that's all. Again, so what we did here was the USB-C port replacement, and this cap here, let me show you again. So if this cap, if you go around the, let me zoom in a little bit there. So if you go around the M92 chip, and that's probably the first thing that you should do. Well, if the USB-C is faulty, then, sorry, not working, then you'll need to, by the way, this is not my flux. Somebody been working on this already? Yeah, maybe. Let me zoom in. Yeah, looks like somebody has been working on this. I didn't notice that before. Anyway, so if your USB-C port is faulty, then obviously replace the USB port, because, or at least the solder one, the solder it, because there may be shorts inside, and then go over these caps. And this cap here, if this cap is shorted, then it's very high. There's very high chance that it's the P13 USB chip on the other side of the board. So yeah, this usually means P13. This is bad news. This one's CPU, so if this is shorted, then it's probably not worth spending more time on the switch. If these are shorted, or if more of those are shorted, then it's probably M92. Yeah, I'm just not sure if this is factory. Probably not. I wouldn't think so. But anyway, so that's all. So that's all. The device is working fine, and we'll do another switch next, because I have a few of these that I need to fix. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you.